when it's time to heal and feel, be real. You just gotta take your time, unwind and chill. Cause now it's time to love yourself. Build emotional and mental health. Cause Black woman, it's time to heal and feel, be real.
Hey y'all, we're back with another episode of Black Woman Healing Podcast. And today we're doing something a little bit different. We're honoring our 6 years of doing the podcast, plus this year doing the podcast, because in 2026, that makes 7 years, which is insane to think about and just crazy. So we're going to bring y'all into a conversation just about our lives as podcast therapists, doing all the things. Danica took a deep sigh. What's going on over there?
Y'all, this year, the year of 2025, because when you all listen to this, it's definitely gonna be 2026. But this year has been it's been rough
Mm.
and long. It's been a lot of different transitions happening. It's been a year. 2025 has been a year.
So then let's talk about it like personally. Like when you think about like the year as a whole, what is something you feel like you could highlight that like has helped your healing journey? Like what is something like maybe you said yes to or you said no to that like changed the game for you?
Oh my goodness. Shout out to my therapist. Because it's literally just saying no more.
Yes.
I feel like I would agree to anything, especially in the moments. So a lot of times, like, people be talking, whether it's just like even going out people's birthdays or just going out in general, anything. People ask, and in a moment I'll feel like great. And I'll be like, yes, yes, yes. And I'll put it on my calendar because I love my calendar.
Oof.
And so I'll have stuff on my calendar. Myra knows for years out. Like, why do you have this? Like, you don't even know what's going on. I'll have stuff on my calendar for a year from now. And so I thought I was doing good because I'm putting it on my calendar, I'm planning, I feel good when I'm saying yes. And so something I had to, and my therapist helped me do this, was realize that just because it's a yes in the moment doesn't mean it's actually going to be a yes. And so something I learned to do was, even when I feel it in a moment, I want to say yes, I try my best to be like, let me get back to you. Let me think about it for a couple days. And many times, if I'm being honest, what I realize is my yes usually is not a yes. It's really a no later. But in the moment, like it could be something as simple as, I don't know, maybe I just ate a good meal and I'm just feeling good about life. But really, when I sit down and I think about the obstacles and the different things, then I'm like, ooh, actually, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. And so that's really helped me so much, saying no more, but also just slowing down. Definitely.
So it's been a year of yes or a year of learning? No. A year of no or a year of learning to say no?
A year of learning to say no. Because if I'm being honest, for the first half of the year, up and probably till like August, I had already said so many yeses. So this was a year of yeses and then a year of saying no. Oh my goodness. Yeah. My year, it was so busy. So many different things. I think this year might have been the most trips I've taken in 1 year.
Girl, I feel you. How many places did you go?
I don't even know. That's the thing about it. No, I'm being serious. It's like all like smaller, some little small trips, even if it's just like going up to like the Bay Area or all the way to, like the bigger trips. Thinking about it, which is so wild. We went to Japan this year. It doesn't feel like it because so much happened. I went to Japan, Barbados, Belize. I went home maybe 1 or 2 times back to Louisville. I went to Charlotte. I feel like I'm missing a lot of
You've listed 7 places and it's only 12 months in the year.
Oh, definitely. I've traveled, I feel at least 12 times this year. It's just been a lot. Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah. What about you? I like that question. So what is something you feel like that you got from or taken from for 2025?
I think mine would be saying the yeses to my workouts, right? Like trying all these different workouts that feel good for me, that I really enjoy. It's funny though, because as you were talking about like the traveling, it reminds me of when I was in my 20s and I would go somewhere every month. Like that was like my thing. But now, like I'm in my 30s, I always tell myself is 2 international trips, 3 domestic trips. That's it. And 1 cruise. And like cap it off there. And the cruise can be included in the international trip, or it could just be because it's like a family thing. And I love cruising now at this point, now that I've learned like the ins and outs of like how to like really like get into it. But you have me thinking about that, how like I used to say like yes to everything, and I'd be gone for the weekend and come back and be all discombobulated.
Yes.
But I
yes.
think for me, if y'all haven't read The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes, excellent book. I love it. I feel like she needs to write A Year of No, like for the other side of it. But one thing I could say that I took from the book is, for me, like saying yeses to so many things, I have so many growth moments in it, but it has to be on one thing. So like my year of yes used to be yes to all the trips, whereas now my year of yes is I'm doing yes to all the workouts. Like
Oh, I like
High
that.
Rocks is where I draw the line though. I'm not doing High Rocks. Don't
What's
invite me to that. I
you
don't
talking
know.
about, like rock climbing?
No. So for those who don't know, High Rocks is basically, think of like a marathon, but a bunch of different stations. So you're going to run around, then you're going to stop at a station, and then you're going to have to crawl on all fours to
So
another
it's like,
side. You
yes.
run around, then you gotta like do 50 push-ups. Then you run around and yeah.
It's like
Not
a
doing that.
obstacle course.
On crack. Yes.
Because you're running in
Yes.
between every single one. Yeah.
Yes. I'm absolutely not doing that, but I will say that like from me working out so much, I've like learned my strength. And the gym I go to, like, it's expensive for a reason. Like, you pay for high quality instructors, but also like the connections I made. So like I love the people I see at the gym and the conversations and things that we talk about. So yeah, I would definitely say for me, it's been healing like through like my workouts and stuff.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love the piece too of like, well, hold on. Let me just shout out to you and your abs, because Myra's abs
Yes, they've come through, y'all.
coming in. They coming in. She showed me a picture. I was like, oh.
One of my best friends just said, I see your abs. Do you see them? I said, yeah, I see them.
Hey, the abs is coming
Yes.
in, body Benty. But I know that probably feels good to even see that. Even your strength and like noticing how stronger you are and stuff like that.
Yes, girl, cause me and Isaac, like we do, like workouts together. That's like our little like date night now. Like that's what we're calling it. And so there's this yoga class I do, and it's a very hard class, but like I go all the time. So it's easy for me. And he's an athlete, for context. And so it was so funny because in this class you use weights, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna try weights today. So we do these really fast workouts. And then we get to this one part. She was like, all right, everybody keep doing push-ups for a whole minute. And I was doing them, and he stopped. He put down everything he had and stopped and was like, what? Because I was going in. He was like, I didn't even know you could do that. And I was like, but I'm gonna need you to stop talking because I'm focused on my workout, bro. But it was just so hilarious just seeing how far along I've come. Because at first I used to be one of those people like, I don't do push-ups. That's not my thing. Now a push-up gonna see me.
Hey, come on now. And that does say a lot. Like you said, he's an athlete, so he's looking at you like, girl, how
yes. Yes.
Yeah, the strength,
I love it.
everything. But then also like how the theme of the yeses. I think that is cool too. That's a good way of thinking of it. Like, it's not to say that you can't say yes to a lot of things, because that is how a lot of growth, strength, and opportunities come, but doesn't need to be everything in your life.
And I will say on the opposite side of it, I've been very firm on my nose for like Sundays. Like, no, I'm not hanging out on a Sunday unless it's something that's like family related. Like if you're coming for a walk with me and my family, or you're going to join us for like Sunday dinner or something like that. But as far as like meetings and things like that, I always get asked to meet on Sundays. No, I'm not meeting on a Sunday. No.
Yeah. Y'all know what's so funny too? If y'all been listening, we used to do our podcast recordings on Sunday. It's wild when you think about it.
It is.
What we thinking?
Well, I think that like with therapist brain, like when you're like a newbie therapist, which I feel like we were newbies at that point in our time, in our life, the weekends are like fair game. Like you were seeing clients on Saturdays. I played with seeing clients on Saturdays, but then I have Fem Scholar every Saturday. Well, not every, but most Saturdays. And so I think for us, it was just another day of the week. Whereas now, like I don't even do stuff on Saturdays either.
Yeah, my weekends. Dang, that is so true. Thinking just of the growth over the years. Like, yes, it is so true. Like the weekends are more sacred to us.
They are. Don't contact me. Saturdays is more so like for friends and stuff. We can hang out. But I stole one of your things where you like, was it one thing a weekend or one thing a week or something?
Yeah, I try not to have too many activities. If it's like one thing, if somebody's birthday, okay, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I cap it off at 2 things though.
Sometimes sometimes it happens, but I try just not to make it every
But I'm the
weekend.
type of person, once the party started, I want to keep going. Oh, we went bowling. Now y'all want to go get drinks and go.
Might
Yeah,
as
I want to
well.
go.
Might
What's
as
the next
well.
thing? Come
Yeah.
on, let's do it.
Yeah. Sometimes, every now and then, I'm still learning because that's the piece. I always say that
Yes.
once you get me out, I'm out. Now get
Same.
me out. Sometimes but when I go out,
Same.
I'm one of those like outside. Speaking of that, how are you going to bring in the New Year's?
The New Year's?
New Year's, like meaning, I guess, like, do you celebrate New Year's Eve? Do you do traditions like food? I know, like back home, my mom she does, like black eyed peas, cabbage, like this. She gonna cook the same meal.
Yeah.
We gonna toast. We're gonna have champagne. At at once New Year's Day on 12 a.m. Like all of those
Yeah.
things. Do y'all do anything?
We used to do that. As most folks know, like when the matriarch of your family passes away, it's so hard to hold on to those things. So we used to do those things. It was actually like a big deal with my family, but we would have tamales. My family is really big into Mexican food. So
Y'all
it would
cook
be from scratch. Yeah.
that?
My uncle.
What?
Yeah.
I never knew this. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my family is very big into Mexican food to the point where like sometimes on Christmas we would have enchiladas and I'd be like, whose idea was this? I don't want no enchiladas. But anyway, but it would switch. So we would do like gumbo some years, tamales some years. It just depended. Like we would go back and forth. So my mom would either do the gumbo or my uncle do the tamales, or we do both. But I say that to say like my grandma's no longer here, so we don't really get together and do anything. And the reason why I was being funny saying New Year's instead of New Year is because I don't really think of the new year or entering the new year as my new year anymore. I think of it as like seasons. Like I've done like a mindset shift of like every season we go into is a new year for me based off of like my mood. But anyway, I say all that to say I get under the table and eat grapes. Yeah, I do. I think that is fun. I think that like there's like this myth that if you get under the table and eat grapes, all of your wishes for the year will come true. And I think placebo effect is so real because everything that I got under the table and wished for the past 2 years has come true. So at this point, me and Shiloh, we just get on the table, eat grapes, and we laugh and we talk about what we want for the new year.
Green
But
or
other
red
than that,
grapes? Green or red grapes? I'm sorry, I gotta ask.
we get the mix.
Oh, okay. I was about to say green for the moolah, for the money.
We get the mix. But yeah, that's what we do. We get under the table, we eat the grapes. But as far as like all the other things, I'm not into that anymore. It's not where I am in life right now. What about
Yeah.
you?
Well, I mean, I said something that I did. I don't have my mom and my family here, so I don't do those things when I'm here. I've done different things over the years when I'm actually here. I think last year I actually was at home, so I did those things with my family. But this year, I don't know. Sometimes I go out. I have years where, like, me and a few friends, we'll actually go out to like a club or event, like a lounge or something. That's cool. But I've also had where I might go over a friend's house and, we just do something intimate and small. The food part, I noticed as an adult, nobody does out here. And that just reminded me, like you just said, like maybe it's a matriarch or like an older adult thing, because I don't have any friends who are like, yeah, girl, I'm making the black eyed peas, the cabbage, or the gumbo. Like nobody really like cares about the cooking part. That's what I noticed. So I actually don't even know what I'm gonna do this year. But I like what you just said about the seasons part. Kind of like, yeah, your New Year's is every season. Well, technically, if that is the case, December, this month would have been your New Year, right? Yeah. Okay.
That's why I was telling y'all I was doing my spring cleaning. When I say spring cleaning, y'all, I literally mean like a deep cleaning. That's just how I grew up. Like my mom does not use the word deep cleaning. So when I say spring cleaning, people are like, it's not spring. But what I mean by that is like as we're entering into a new season, I always do like a deep cleaning and it always has like a focus. So for me, going into winter, I prep for winter, I typically go through all my clothes because I notice like for me, that's a season of like me reflecting on like what my style is, what makes sense of where I am. I'm also trying to do that thing where I go shopping in my closet. I'm hearing like that's a new concept that I actually really like and enjoy. So yeah. If anybody has read the 12-week year, can y'all tell us about it? Because I'm very curious about it. Because from my understanding, the 12-week year, every 12 weeks marks a new year for you. And from what I've done on research on that, a lot of what I'm reading is that like that helps you to really knock out like all your goals and intentions. So if y'all have read it, let us know because I'm curious. I might jump into that.
I think you should do it for us. Do it for all of us. But if somebody's
Yeah.
listening, please jump in our social medias. We're on all the things and let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know if I might incorporate that, but for now, I'm just happy I made it to. I'm happy I am making it into the next year. That's it. Yeah, God willing.
Yes.
God, thank you. God willing, I make it into the next year.
Yes.
Because it's been long.
You will. You got this, girl. You totally got this. I'm curious for you if you're thinking of like as we enter into the new year, is there anything that you feel like you want to do more of to support yourself through the year or anything that's coming up for you?
I definitely want to. I've been exercising and working out. Um, I feel like I just been consistent. That's all as it looks different. I was trying to walk every day, but even if I can't walk every day, I move my body. I try my best to
Mm-hmm.
do something. And consistency. Even if like, okay, you didn't do it this day, don't just be like forget the whole thing. Same thing with eating. My eating habits, I've been able to change them. And again, even if I have a day where I actually eat some of my snacks or things, I don't like just be like, oh yeah, now I forget everything else. So I definitely want to continue that. Yeah, being proud of all the wins, like the small ones too. I
Yeah.
think sometimes like life goes so fast that you forget like nah, you actually you've been doing some things, some good things.
Exactly. I agree. And I don't think a small win is like valid. Just call it a win. Like a win is a win. The fact that it took effort to do
Ooh,
it, it counts for something. Like
that's a
I'm counting
word.
all my wins. Yeah. No such thing as a small
That
win.
that is a word. Let's take that out of our
Yes.
vocabulary. I don't even want to
Take
use
out the word
small.
small. Just throw it away.
I don't even want to use small. You know what's
Yeah.
funny is yesterday one of my friends, their car, they was having some issues, and this man, shout out to the man, shout out to a little bit of like community, because at first like
Yes.
nobody was helping, and I'm like, I can't stand LA. Like y'all don't have no type of like mannerisms. Like you see these women on the side of the road, y'all ain't nobody even gonna say nothing,
Ooh, yeah.
but eventually somebody did, and I was like, okay, LA, And it was he's probably like a middle-aged man, and he was talking about how women a lot of times we say little on everything. And I say little for everything.
You do. You do.
And it's not even like, because some people say that as like a jab. Like they'll be like, oh, I like your little hair, but I don't mean it like that. I just say it for everything. It's just I don't know why, but it makes me think of like you saying right now, saying
Mhm.
like your little win or something. I wouldn't even say it like that. That does sound really bad. But why do we gotta add the little or the small? It just is what it is,
I think it just naturally just comes out that way. It's okay.
Yeah, but I like what you're saying though. Just because
Yeah.
if we're like trying to practice better language and we're
Yeah.
practicing manifestation, if you say small or little, maybe it stays that way for real.
It
You
is
know?
going to stay that way, and you're going to think of yourself in that way. Like, I think that is so true.
Mhm.
Whenever my friends be like, oh, your little business, I'm like, nothing I do is little, so I don't know what you're referring to. And they always be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm like, no, you shouldn't, because nothing I do is little. You don't know how many times I've heard that. So that's why I'm like, no.
See, but that is the thing, though. I don't say it. It's just funny because I don't say it on stuff like that. It's like that's how you know it's a context thing. You've never heard
Totally
me say
context.
your
No,
little business
I've
or
never heard you
something
say
like
that.
that, but I do say it on just certain things.
You'll say stuff like, oh, your little gadget or your little purse, but you don't actually mean a
Yeah.
small purse. You're talking about, I think you use it the way like some people use like cutesy. Like that's very cutesy. I thought you use it in the same way. It's cute to say sometimes.
I don't know. At first I thought it was a Louisville thing because where I'm from back home, everybody says it. Everybody says Louisville. But I don't think so because that man, he was definitely from LA, and he
People
said,
say it in LA for sure. Because
yeah,
your little friend.
right. That is universal. And thinking of like typically Black
Yeah.
parents,
Yes.
definitely. Yeah.
I think it's
But
a Black parent thing in general. We get it from them. Because now that you just said that, I'm like, my mom called a lot of things little that don't be little. Your little car, I'm like, my car is not little. Dang. Okay.
I'm so done. But I mean, we talked about a few different things. Is there anything else that you want to bring up? I mean, we could keep this going on, but I just want to be mindful.
I think that we should tell our like listeners what we're looking forward to as far as things we want them to hold us accountable for as far as the podcast. Like some things that we're hoping for ourselves. I know something that comes up a lot for me is the reach, right? Like we want to grow our audience, and it would be nice if y'all helped us to do that. Like we would greatly appreciate it, and even hold us accountable for putting ourselves out there to grow the podcast by just remind y'all folks to tap in and to listen.
Yeah. I think that, and this is full vulnerability, honesty. Something that I'm struggling with is like putting myself out there more. I think
That
it's,
can be
it's
hard.
vulnerable in general. Like I'm a person who I don't like to share everything, so it's like this mixture of like what I'm comfortable sharing versus
Yeah.
what I'm not. Even with if y'all been listening, I did like a small episode on my opinion on the P. Diddy stuff like that. I typically, we don't typically do that stuff as much. And I think for me, at least, a lot of it is wanting to represent myself in the best way possible, just because social media and the society, they will chew you up and spit you back out. And it's like, whoa, I'm just a person here. I'm just a girl. What they say, I'm just a girl. Hold on. But it's like, am I ready for those am I ready for that? Because even if you do put yourself out there in the best way you think is possible, people still will chew you up and spit you out. And so I'm kind of struggling with that. I don't know. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah. I don't know.
Or do you not care? You like, I don't care. Chew me up, spit me out. I don't care. What you think?
Yeah, I think I don't care.
How do you not care?
Why should I care?
I'm asking you though. I can tell you my mind. Why do you not care?
Repeat the question to me. I want to make sure I'm understanding.
Okay. Why do you not care if society or social media chews you up and spits you out? If I'm giving you a more, I guess, why do you not care that you are constantly being judged, right? And that people will absolutely shoot. What I'm trying to say. What am the analogy?
What, chew you up and spit you out?
There you go. Go back to it. Chew you up and spit you out. Why do you not care about that?
Because I know who I am. This is making me think about, I was watching, do you know who De'Ara is?
I don't, but you've told me about this person. They got a YouTube. They do a lot of like beauty stuff.
The Lorvay sunglasses.
I bought you some glasses.
Okay. Anyway, she don't know who De'Ara is, y'all. But De'Ara is the only influencer
we
that
bought
I
what's
keep
the
up
some
with.
Glasses.
Yes, she has the Lorvay glasses. She was popular at first because her YouTube was centered around her being in a relationship. Anyway, I saw all this to say, you're reminding me of a conversation she recently had with Cam Newton. I'm not going to talk about Cam Newton. He's problematic within himself. But in the interview, something that he had asked her was like, how are you okay with the way people just be chewing you up and spitting you out like all day? And she was like, he didn't say that exactly, but he said basically along the lines.
Okay, go ahead.
And she was, because she got cheated on, and it was for everyone to see because her YouTube is her in a relationship, right? So of course people are hyper focusing on her in this relationship, and they have millions of followers. And so anyway, what she basically said was like, I know who I am, and that's why I pick and choose like what I share with people. Like, you don't know everything about me. You're just going based off of what you see. And so I say all that to say, like, I know who I am. I was literally just talking with someone who I hadn't talked to in a long time, and not to share all my business, but they were basically just like, hey, I wanted to make you aware of something that you're probably going to learn about me. And it might make you feel a different type of way about me, because I ended up being on this app and all these people were going in on me. And, I just want to make sure that you're aware of what was going on this app and this thing that you probably did not know about me. And I was just like, you called to tell me that? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, one thing I want you to know is like, I know who you are as a person at your core. I know your values and you as a person. So although all these people are saying this thing, they're chewing you up and spitting you out, I don't align with them, and I know you. So even what you just shared me, you didn't even have to call and tell me, because I know who you are. And so I also hold that to myself too. Like, I know who I am. Like, I don't care. Yeah. I grew up in the shitless era. I don't know if y'all had that, but did y'all have that? I think it's an LA thing.
Shitless.
Okay, I definitely think it's an LA thing, because I have not heard about this in other states. Basically what it is somebody will write this list of, it's typically popular people. They'll write this list about all these things about popular people, but it's them talking shit about you. Some people have paragraphs, some people have sentences, whatever. They talk all the shit about you. It gets distributed across the school. And I was always on it. And people would be like, you really don't care? And I'm like, no, I don't. Why should I care? I know who I am. But I've always been like that. So, like, I still don't give a fuck.
Sheesh. Not a shit.
Yeah, I think it's a West Coast thing, though.
Yeah, I think it's really dope that you've been able to have this thought process. I think that, it's because for me, it's like, it's one thing when you're not choosing to put your business out, right?
Yeah.
Like, meaning if I'm not doing nothing and people talking about me, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. But it's another thing when you are putting your business out and then people are, like, it's like a different context. You're literally giving them something. Like, it changes. And that's what I mean by, like, it's being more vulnerable. That's us giving people more ammo. Like, you're literally giving them it. And once you put it out there, it's out there for the world. And typically, well, not typically, forever. So it's not even like one thing. And that's the thing, it sucks. And I get it because we're all human. Like, our thought processes change over time.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Because I'm saying that I don't give a fuck now, but who's to say? Like, let's say I have another kid and I become more sensitive. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Things do change. And that's going back to this piece of, like, we don't have control over everything anyway.
We don't.
And when you change. But I think that's what I'm trying to figure out, get into that piece of, like, how do I get comfortable with possible backlash, with possible negative comments? Because right now, so far, we haven't really had that. Like, our audience, the people, if y'all listening, y'all nice. Y'all are super nice. Y'all like stuff. Y'all be like, great job. I completely understand. I think out of 6 years, think about that. That's different. You do not hear that a lot. We've been having a podcast for 6 years.
Wait, no, I did see something on TikTok where somebody did comment and it was about me. And what they had said, because I was basically saying that my train of thought is if I'm with someone and they look at another woman, like, I'm gonna look with them. And somebody had commented, and people were liking it too. But anyway, they had commented and was like, they didn't say it was dumb, but they were like, basically they said that didn't make no sense. Like, they basically said it was stupid, what I had said. And at first when I read it, I was like, how is it stupid? Like, this is what I feel. But then I read it again. I was like, okay, I can see, like, your point of view, but I kind of don't really care.
Like, I understand, but I don't care. Yeah, like, that was a good point. That's a good point of reference. That's a good thought process that you had in that moment. Imagine getting those comments every day.
Oh, like the B. Simone, how they be going in on her.
Yes, like, that is different. And that's what I mean by, like, I don't know, but also it's like, you got to be welcome to, like, you have to be open and welcome to that may happen, because the more vulnerable you get and the more controversial topics we talk about, that can and will happen. So I'm still wrapping my mind around it, and trying to get some understanding of how I want to handle it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's happening. As y'all can see, like I said, we having a little bit more vulnerable, opinionated conversations.
And that's what sets us apart and makes us different, right? Like, oftentimes when you listen to therapists on podcasts, it's very talking at you in, like, facts, whereas we try to wheel you in, have conversation with you. Although you're not here, our hope is that you feel engaged in the conversation. Like, we don't want to just be doing all this psychoeducation all day. Like, we really want you to feel included in the conversation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out, though, if I want to be a clapback girly, because if y'all come, do I want to clap back at y'all, or what do I just send y'all peace and love? I don't know yet.
I like what Dustin on the Friend Zone does. He just doesn't reply to nothing, but he'll give a little glimmer of how he feels on the podcast, which I'm like, that's me. Like, I'm like that, where it's just like, okay, I'll give you a little glimmer on how I felt on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we can wrap up there. How do you feel?
I feel good. This is a good conversation. Definitely reflective. And we are hoping that you all are reflecting as well. Join in on every question y'all seen us ask ourselves. Ask each other. Ask yourself that question. Like, join in.
I love that. Well, that's it for this episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. It's your favorite co-host, Danica and Myra, and we appreciate you all for listening to Black Women Healing Podcast.
If you like what you just heard, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe on all of our platforms, which can be found in the show notes.
We appreciate every type of engagement as it creates more exposure and helps our community get this healing on the daily.
See y'all next Monday. And don't forget, we are healing
On
on
the
the
daily.
daily.